Hello, everybody. This is Marcel from Oregon coming to you with another episode. That's how I see it. This one is something that I've delayed on doing for a while. We lost a lot of people so far in 2015, and some of the deaths were hit me very hard. And so it took me a while to put this together so that I wouldn't, be too sad, too down, too depressed as I did the video. Um, with the loss of these people, you realize that age and death are creeping up on you. I'm not afraid of death. Don't fool yourself. It's something that everybody has to go through, but it is strange to know that I have more good years behind me than in front of me. So I'll talk about just a few of the people who we lost in 2015. And like I said, these people are important to me in one way or another. There are others, but I picked these few because I had what you could consider personal connections to them. Jerry Tarkanian, Tark the Shark. He passed on February 11th. He was the coach who gave me one of the greatest games to ever watch. I am not now, nor will I ever be, a Duke fan. Period. Don't hate anybody that goes to Duke. Just not a fan of Duke basketball, Duke football, Duke anything. And when his UNLV team smoked them in the 1990 championship game, man, it was glorious. I jumped for joy. I've never been happier to see the end of a college basketball game than that beat down. I believe they lost by like 40 points. It was so joyful for me. Dean Smith passed on February 7th. I am now and will always be a North Carolina fan. He was the only college basketball team that throughout my youth and my younger days I actively rooted for. He coached multiple Hall of Famers: James Worthy, Michael Jordan, Bob McAdoo. He introduced the first black player in the ACC, Charlie Scott, years ago. The jacket I'm wearing is Pistol Pete Maravich, who was another guy who passed. He passed a long time ago. I just wanted to mention my jacket in the middle of this in case I forgot. He brought street ball to the NBA, and his passing was very sad. Quick story before I continue. I actually met a guy who played basketball with him at the gym the day before he died. Guy's a doctor. Can't remember his name, but he did say that Maravich looked really bad and was really sad to see him go. But as a doctor, he said he wasn't surprised. But anyway, back on point. Dean Smith won 2 national championships, and he will be sorely, sorely missed. Charlie Sifford, first black golfer on the PGA Tour, passed on February 3rd. He was a pioneer. Broke the color barrier in 1961, and he was considered by Tiger Woods to be his grandfather. And he received the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2014. You can't feel that sad. He lived a very long and full life. He was 92 years old, but, Godspeed, Mr. Sifford. And now we get to the last two, which were very hard to take. One was, you could see it coming. The other one just blew me away. Jerome Mercy Kersey. He passed on February 18th. He was a pioneer for small college basketball players. He came from the tiny school Longwood University in Farmville, Virginia. He played for the Blazers and 5 other teams during his long and illustrious career. He was a second-round pick in 1984. He finished second to Michael Jordan in the 1987 Slam Dunk Contest and became an NBA champion in his final season in 1999 with the San Antonio Spurs. He died suddenly from a blood clot that traveled from his leg to his lung. It's called a pulmonary embolism, and it was really tough to read that as it came across my phone. I thought it was a joke, one of those hoaxes. And then as ABC reported, ESPN reported, CNN, it became a reality that, we lost Jerome Kersey at only 52 years old. it's just sad when you see someone that young go in the way he went. You know, he had a blood clot. Those are horribly dangerous, but it traveled to his lung and he died. I don't know what else to say other than you will be missed, Mr. Kersey. And the last one is probably the most important and the most personal. Leonard Nimoy. He passed on February 27th. The cause was chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD. What can I say about Mr. Nimoy? I guess what I can and will say is this. His character, Spock, and the way he lived made me a better person. Spock was always logical, extraordinarily smart. He always turned the other cheek. His character was not only foreign but an alien, and managed to integrate himself into society, and no one thought anything of that. You know, he represented the best of that world, that fantasy world of Star Trek, and he was the voice of reason in this reality, an awful, chaotic world. He made me believe that there was hope for a better tomorrow. You know, he taught me not to act emotionally to everything and to think things through. A man I worked with, his name is John, wrote these words, and they're very, very meaningful. He said, "And now Grandpa Nimoy has left. He was 83, and unlike Robin, he didn't go too soon, and yet he did. He gave me wisdom, reliability, the ability to dream big, laughter, and he instilled in me at the very, very young age that our differences, physical and otherwise, will actually bring us together if we let them." Mr. Nimoy's last tweet was, "Life is like a garden. Perfect moments can be had, but not preserved, except in memory." He lived long and prospered. Goodbye, sir. Goodbye. And that's how I see it.